What if I told you there was a country where a millionaire once paid $137,856 for a simple speeding ticket? Where people throw each other into lakes as a national tradition? And where the government legally requires your boss to give you 2 coffee breaks a day? Welcome to Finland, the happiest country on Earth. Today we're taking about to reveal 15 absolutely shocking facts that will make you question everything you know about happiness, culture, and what it means to live a good life. Day 1. The most polite traffic culture in the world. Imagine this. You're driving through a Finnish city at 2 a.m. The streets are completely deserted. Not a single car in sight. You come to a red light, and what do you think is going to happen? All Finnish drivers stop and wait for the light to turn green, even though there's no one else around for miles. Finland has created what experts call the most polite traffic culture on the planet. The roads are so quiet that you can hear the wind rustling through the pine forests as you drive. Pedestrians wait at crosswalks for green lights, even when there is no car in sight in any direction. Children bike to school on snow-covered streets, while the elderly stroll leisurely along perfectly maintained sidewalks. Finnish drivers don't just follow traffic laws because they have to. In Finland, traffic violations are about more than just breaking the law. They're about fairness and social responsibility. The amount you pay for speeding is based on your income. That's right, the more money you make, the bigger the fine. The system is called daytime fines, and it's designed to ensure that traffic violations hurt everyone equally, no matter how rich they are. 2. Finns drink more coffee than anyone else on Earth. When you think of coffee-crazy countries, you probably think of Italy with its espresso, Brazil with its coffee plantations, or even the United States with its giant coffee chains that stretch across every corner. But here's a fact that will completely blow your mind. The world's biggest coffee drinkers don't come from any of those places. They're from Finland. The average Finn drinks more than 4 cups of coffee a day. That's more than 25 pounds of coffee per person per year. To put that in perspective, that's nearly double what the average American consumes. But what's even more interesting, about 80% of the coffee consumed in Finland is light roast. Not the rich, bold espresso you might expect, but a light, smooth filter coffee that's often pale in color but packed with traditional flavor. And here's something that would make any working person in the world jealous. Finland is the only country where employers are required by law to give their employees 2 15-minute coffee breaks every day. Whether you're the CEO of a major corporation or just starting your first job out of college, those coffee breaks are sacred, protected by law, and absolutely no one is allowed to interrupt them. At Finnish weddings, guests aren't offered coffee once or twice. They're offered coffee 7 different times throughout the ceremony. Serving coffee at a wedding is considered one of the highest signs of hospitality and respect you can show your guests. It's taking the time to connect, to slow down, and to be truly present with the people you love. 3. The culture of comfortable silence. This is something that will completely change your perspective on social interaction. In Finland, silence is not awkward. It is not something to be filled with nervous chatter or small talk. Silence is comfortable, natural, and actually preferred in most situations. Imagine walking into a shopping mall in Finland and being struck by the incredible silence. You can walk through a crowded department store and hear your own footsteps echoing behind you. You can work out at the same gym as someone for months, see them every day, even nod and smile at each other, but never actually know their name. Store employees don't usually wear name tags, and it's perfectly normal to interact frequently with people without ever exchanging names or personal information. In most countries, this might seem cold or unfriendly, but in Finland, it's actually a sign of respect. It's about giving people space, not forcing relationships that don't naturally develop, and understanding that meaningful relationships take time to build. 4. The happiest country in the world. And here's something that will make you rethink what happiness really means. For 6 years in a row, from 2018 to 2023, Finland has been ranked the happiest country in the world by the United Nations World Happiness Report. And that's no small feat. Finland has consistently dominated this ranking year after year. Finnish happiness doesn't come from lavish parties, expensive cars, or Instagram-worthy vacations. It starts with ensuring that the basics of life are met. Finns enjoy free education from primary school to university. Their healthcare system means that no one has to choose between medical treatment and financial survival. And their social support system is so strong that people can live their entire lives without the chronic stress that plagues other countries. In Finland, you never have to worry about going bankrupt due to illness. You never have to take on huge debt just to get through school. You never have to work 3 jobs just to make rent. When those basic stresses are removed from everyday life, it creates space for true happiness to flourish. Finnish happiness is rooted in their unique philosophy called sisiu. The word doesn't translate exactly into English, but it represents a quiet inner strength, resilience, and the ability to overcome challenges without complaining. It's about finding contentment in simplicity, long, peaceful walks in nature, enjoying a perfect sauna session, or reading a book in complete silence. In Finland, happiness isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about being truly content with yourself and finding joy in the simple, genuine moments of life. 5. The most revolutionary education system in the world. Prepare to be completely blown away by how effective education can really be when a country gets it right. Not only does Finland have one of the best education systems in the world according to the World Economic Forum, they have also created an educational approach so revolutionary that countries around the world have sent delegations to study it. Finland has achieved a near 100% literacy rate, and they did it using principles that go against the grain of most countries' conceptions of education. While other countries focus on standardized testing, competition, and rigid curriculum requirements, Finland has gone in the exact opposite direction and somehow achieved better results than most. In most countries, wealthy families send their children to expensive private schools while others settle for underfunded public education. This creates a 2-tiered system where family income determines the quality of education you receive. Finland completely rejects this approach. 99% of schools in Finland are public. There are virtually no private schools in the country. This means that the children of millionaires attend the same schools as the children of working-class families. Every school receives the same funding, has access to the same resources, and is held to the same high standards. The result? Every child receives a world-class education regardless of their family's economic circumstances. But it gets even more interesting. Finnish children don't start formal school until they're 7, much later than in most other countries. They don't take standardized tests until they're in their teens. Homework in primary school is minimal. And here's something that might make parents in many other countries nervous. The focus is more on creativity, critical thinking, and personal growth than on memorization and grades. And this is a cultural element that perfectly reflects Finnish values. In Finland, the truly wealthy are somewhat shy about flaunting their wealth. While in many countries the rich buy expensive cars and designer clothes to show off their status, Finnish millionaires often drive modest cars and live in modest homes. It is a culture that values material things over ostentation, and this philosophy is clearly reflected in their educational philosophy, where learning is valued over competition. 6. The most amazing natural light show on Earth. Imagine lying in a warm bed, staring up at the glass ceiling and watching the entire sky above dance with swirling colors that seem almost supernatural. This is not a science fiction movie. This is a real experience you can have in Finnish Lapland, where the northern lights appear more than 200 nights a year. From September to March, the skies over northern Finland transform into one of nature's most spectacular theaters. We're talking more than a 50% chance of seeing the northern lights if you stay just a few nights. But here's what makes Finland different from other northern lights destinations. You don't have to climb mountains, hike through rugged terrain, or venture into remote wilderness areas. Some resorts in Rovaniemi have built glass igloos where you can lie down on a bed, covered in a warm blanket, and watch the aurora borealis glow above you. There's even an aurora alert service that sends a text message to your phone when the aurora appears. Imagine this: you're sleeping soundly in your cozy cabin, your phone rings with an aurora alert, you step out into the crisp Arctic air, and the sky explodes into a show of green and blue lights dancing in the darkness. It's like having a personal notification system for one of nature's most spectacular phenomena. 7. Wife Carrying World Championship. Every year, in the small Finnish town of Sankajärvi, men actually race through an obstacle course while carrying women on their backs, competing for prizes that perfectly fit Finnish priorities, beer and bragging rights. You can carry your wife or someone else's wife as long as the woman is over 17 and weighs at least 45 kilograms. If she weighs less, she has to carry extra pounds to qualify for the competition. But here's what will make you love Finnish culture even more. The winner gets to take home a beer equal to the weight of the woman he carried. Carry a 140-pound woman through an obstacle course filled with mud, water, and other challenges, and you'll win 140 pounds of beer. It's a contest that's both absurd and bizarre, actually. The most common hold is called the Estonian hold, in which the woman hangs upside down with her legs wrapped around the man's neck like a backpack. It may look funny, but experienced runners claim it's the most effective way to get through the race quickly. The championship includes official referees, professional timekeepers, regulation-style uniforms, and crowds that roar as if they were watching the World Cup final. It is treated as seriously as any major sporting event, which makes it all the more exciting to watch. 8. Humppa, the wildest folk dance you've never heard of. This is where Finnish culture goes wild in the most unexpected way. You might think of Finns as quiet, reserved, and emotionally withdrawn. But then you see them doing the Humppa, and suddenly everything you thought you knew about the Finnish character is turned upside down. Humppa is a traditional Finnish folk dance that originated in the 1950s. It is an energetic and incredibly fun mix of classic polka, Dixieland jazz, and what can only be described as pure Finnish madness. The music is fast and energetic, with instruments like accordions, tubas, and drums creating a sound so infectious that you literally can't stand still while listening to it. Anyone can join. Couples, friends, or strangers, it doesn't matter. No formal dance lessons, no complicated steps to memorize, no skill level to judge. Just start moving, and somehow it will work out. The Humppa festival in Finland attracts thousands of young people dressed in the most outrageous costumes imaginable. We're talking people dressed as dinosaurs, ninjas, superheroes, and cartoon characters, and all performing traditional folk dances in the snow as if it were the Arctic version of the world's funniest music festival. Some festivals even hold Humppa marathons, where participants dance for hours on end in the freezing cold. 9. Sauna culture dates back thousands of years. If you come to Finland and skip the sauna experience, it's like going to Italy and not trying pizza. You're missing out on something that's absolutely essential to understanding the Finnish soul. It's a cultural tradition that dates back thousands of years and remains at the core of Finnish identity today. Finland has over 3.3 million saunas for a population of just 5.5 million. Whether you are in a village, a modern city, a government building, a church, or especially near frozen lakes, you will find saunas everywhere. To Americans, sitting naked in a hot room with other people might seem uncomfortable or strange. But for Finns, the sauna is much more than just a place to relax. It's a place to cleanse the body, clear the mind, connect with others without having to talk, and participate in a ritual that connects them to thousands of years of Finnish heritage. After enduring temperatures that reach over 176 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Celsius, many Finns immediately plunge into a frozen lake or roll around naked in the snow. This isn't some kind of stunt. It's a carefully designed way to regulate body temperature, improve circulation, and create a refreshing, invigorating feeling that you can't get any other way. Regular sauna use can help reduce stress, improve cardiovascular health, increase longevity, and may even reduce the risk of heart disease and other serious illnesses. The Finns haven't just been relaxing for thousands of years. They may have accidentally discovered one of the most effective health practices in human history. 10. Finnish women, independent and equality leaders. Finnish women possess a unique combination of stunning natural beauty and fierce independence that sets them apart from women anywhere else in the world. They are typically tall, fair-skinned, with blue eyes, and are described by many as having a mysterious, almost supernatural beauty that is both seductive and powerful. In Finland, it is not uncommon to see women driving through snowy forests, leading construction crews, repairing complex machinery, or running large corporations. They do so because independence and competence are simply expected in Finnish culture. Finland is a world leader in gender equality. At one point, 12 of Finland's 19 ministers were women, creating one of the most female-dominated governments in world history. It's a natural result of a society that truly values competence over gender and gives everyone an equal chance at success. When Finnish women love, they love with all their heart, with all their commitment. They are straightforward communicators, not tricksters or manipulators. They value sincerity over flattery and genuine connection over superficial romance. In Finnish culture, men often let women speak first in conversations, not only out of politeness, but also because they know that Finnish women are straightforward, intelligent, and often have something valuable to say. 11. Finland is the official home of Santa Claus. While many countries have their own traditions and origin stories about Santa Claus, Finland holds a unique and officially recognized place in global Christmas folklore. The city of Rovaniemi, located within the Arctic Circle in Finnish Lapland, is widely recognized as the official home of Santa Claus. Santa Claus Village in Rovaniemi is a year-round Christmas-themed attraction where the magic of the holiday season never ends. Visitors from all over the world can actually meet Santa Claus, creating unforgettable memories for children and adults alike. The experience is so authentic that even the most skeptical adults will find themselves swept up in the Christmas spirit. One of the most charming features of Santa Claus Village is the special Santa Claus post office, where visitors can send letters and postcards to their loved ones with exclusive postmarks that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Each letter is stamped with the official Santa Claus Village seal, creating a magical touch that makes even the simplest postcards a treasured keepsake. The landscape around Rovaniemi perfectly captures the image people have of Santa Claus' hometown. Snow-capped forests stretch as far as the eye can see, the northern lights dance across the winter sky, and reindeer roam the pristine wilderness. It feels like stepping straight into a come-to-life Christmas card. 12. International Nap Day. This is such a bizarre tradition that it perfectly reflects the Finnish sense of humor and creativity. Every year, on July 27th, Finland celebrates what they call National Sleep Day, and the celebration ranges from harmless pranks to downright hilarious public embarrassments. This tradition revolves around a simple rule: the last person to wake up in the house is thrown into water by their family members. This can include being doused with cold water, being thrown into a nearby lake, or even being thrown into the ocean if you live near the coast. It's all done in good fun, and different communities and families have come up with their own unique variations on the basic theme. The origins of this tradition lie in religious stories, specifically the legend of the 7 sleepers of Ephesus. According to the legend, 7 young men hid in a cave to escape religious persecution and ended up sleeping there for centuries. While the religious connection is interesting in historical terms, modern Finnish festivals are more about family bonding, community fun, and having a legitimate excuse to tease those who like to sleep in. What makes this tradition especially endearing is the way it brings the community together. Neighbors join in, local organizations pitch in, and sometimes the whole town comes together to stage elaborate pranks involving multiple families. It's a perfect example of how Finnish culture balances a love of personal space and quiet time with moments of pure collective fun. 13. Moomins, Finland's beloved cultural export. Here are a few things that will surprise you about the creativity and imagination of the Finns. The adorable hippo-like creatures known as Moomins, who appear on everything from coffee mugs to children's books, are not just random cartoon characters. They are a Finnish cultural phenomenon created by Swedish-speaking Finnish author and illustrator Tove Jansson, and have become one of Finland's most successful cultural exports. But what makes the Moomins so important in Finnish culture is that they represent values that are deeply rooted in Finnish culture, including family, acceptance of differences, and joy in simple pleasures. In Finland, Moomin products are everywhere. It seems that almost every home has at least one Moomin item, be it a mug, a book, a towel, or something else. But this is more than just a marketing ploy. Moomin has become part of the Finnish cultural identity, representing the country's values of kindness, tolerance, and appreciation of nature and family relationships. 14. The right of everyone, the ultimate freedom to roam. If you love outdoor adventures and wild camping, Finland offers an experience that sounds like a dream come true. The country operates on the principle of people's rights or right to free movement, which allows people to freely camp almost anywhere in the country's vast wilderness. You can pitch your tent almost anywhere, as long as you keep a reasonable distance from private homes and follow basic environmental guidelines. You're also free to pick wild blueberries, mushrooms, and other wild foods that grow abundantly in Finland's forests. The country even offers free wilderness refuges called lavvu that are open to anyone. This system works because Finnish culture values personal responsibility and community trust. People don't abuse this privilege because they understand that people's rights only exist when people use them responsibly. This is a perfect example of how Finnish society works: give people freedom and trust, and they will usually do the right thing. The abundance of natural resources makes this possible. Finnish forests are filled with wild berries, mushrooms, and other foods that can be harvested sustainably. Lakes and rivers provide clean water and fishing opportunities. The landscape is so vast and sparsely populated that there is plenty of space for people to enjoy nature without disturbing each other. 15. The real cost of living in Paradise, Finland. In central Helsinki, you can expect to pay around $906 to $926 per month for a one-bedroom apartment. Want to live a little further out of the city center, where it's quieter and more affordable? Prices drop to around $728 to $763 per month. Basic utilities including electricity, water, and all-important winter heating will cost around $129 to $194 per month. Reliable, high-speed internet service costs around $26 to $39 per month, which is quite reasonable given the quality and speed you get in Finland. Food costs depend a lot on your lifestyle. If you cook at home and shop smart, budget about $258 to $382 per month for food. If you want to rent a car for a 5-day road trip to hunt for the northern lights or explore Lapland, prepare to spend around $294 on car rental. Additional expenses like health insurance, entertainment, weekend coffee breaks, movies, and general social activities typically range from $129 to $176 per month, depending on how active you want to be. All told, the total cost of living in Finland ranges from around $893 to $1,645 per month, depending on your lifestyle and where you choose to live. For a country that offers complete safety, cleanliness, natural beauty, world-class education, universal healthcare, and is consistently ranked as the happiest place on Earth, most people would agree that the cost of living here is well worth it. There you have it. 15 fascinating facts about Finland that reveal why this small Nordic nation consistently outperforms many larger and wealthier nations in terms of happiness, education, safety, and quality of life. What do you think of these interesting facts about Finland? Which one surprised you the most? And would you consider moving to Finland after learning about their amazing way of life? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy discovering hidden secrets about one of the most fascinating countries in the world, be sure to subscribe for more interesting information about places you never thought you'd want to visit.